Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do something, well, along the same lines as the usual glue book, except for a different theme, because I really like working in themes, and I like working in color themes, and I'm combining them today in a theme that you'll see as it develops. Before I get started though, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you can get the notifications when I have a new video. And also, if you enjoy what you see, it would be great if you'd leave a comment and let me know. I answer every single one. And click the like button too. Anyway, that's just the technical bits. Let's get started. So this is the book that I'm working in. It's the one I've done several pages in, as you can see. And I'm looking towards finishing it. So some of these pages have themes. This one, for example, I sort of picked up on the water and things like that. Today I'm choosing a theme that is two themes actually. Monochrome neutrals like this. And also you'll notice in these they have writing. So I'm doing sort of literary and monochrome neutral at the same time. And I just received a whole bunch of really wonderful ephemera pieces, which you can see there's lots and lots. I got them just yesterday, and sorry about my voice. I've been struggling with a cold for a couple of weeks, and it's still scratchy and whatever. Anyway, I've got some really cute ones here. These ones, the only thing I don't like about some of these is that some of them, like this, they have a really wide white flange on them, and I don't really like that. So I've been just kind of trimming them off. These book ones aren't too bad, but they're a little wider than I like, because I don't like a pop of white suddenly showing up. That doesn't really suit the look that I'm after usually, so sometimes I cut them off. What I really like about these ones in particular is that they're all watercolors. Now, lots of people use magazines for glue books, and that's just fine. There's no reason not to if that's what you like. I prefer art to just photography. So even things like this is a postcard that I picked up when I was in Rome a few years ago. And each of these little pieces is a nice little vignette, and they're photographs. But what I look for when I'm finding pieces to go into my glue books is I want something that's artistic. So like this is from a piece of gift wrap. This is from a book I cut out. This is some ephemera that I ordered. This is from a magazine, but it's such a beautiful picture. And then there's others here that I picked up in various places, like even, I think this was a dollar store find. This is a washi sticker. And so that's sort of where I go with my themes. So today I'm going to start with the backgrounds. Just move this out of the way for a little bit. I might be taking breaks to cough here, but I'll turn off the sound so you don't have to listen to me. So I'm going to just measure this by folding it when I want to cut it, like that, and then I'll fold it this way so I'll know where to tear it. Try and keep my voice loud enough. Sometimes I sort of trail off when I'm thinking. Here we go. So let's just smooth that. I think I'll go this way. Okay, so there's that fold. And then this one I'll do here. I'm filming this a little bit early this time. And the reason is that my daughter is about to have a baby any day. Oops, don't tear there. So by the time you see this, she will have had the baby. because she said it's not going overdue. And I will put a note below, just check the description below to find out what we've got for a new baby in the family. And I might even be able to get some pictures, and I can put them on probably on Facebook, and I'll try and put a link to that just so if you're curious you can go look there. All right, there's my two sort of background pieces. Now, do I want them this way or this way? Let me see. I think I like it this way. So let's go with that. So I was thinking about this new baby arriving when her mama was a little one. So this baby's going to be my grandchild. When I gave birth to my daughter, she was born December 11th, and I lived in Calgary at the time, and it was 30 below out. After I gave birth, I was in the hospital. In those days, they kept you for a couple of days. You didn't get turfed out on your ear on day one like they do now. I could look out the window. I was on about the 5th floor, I think, of this big general hospital, which was up on a bluff above the river. And I could look down and see the cars going by, belching steam from their exhaust pipes because of the frigid temperatures. Just brought back that memory, having a winter baby. My other baby was a summer baby, which is easier, I think. But happens when it happens, so whatever. Just give this plenty of glue, because it is a glue book after all. Fun thing about a glue book is it can be anything you want it to be. It can be a scrapbook of memories or photos, kind of like scrapbooking, but more like the kind of scrapbook you might have kept when you were a kid. Like my sister and I kept scrapbooks for a little while. They were kind of a thing. And you just cut things out and stick them in, because you can. Make sure that folds properly. Now I have so many choices from these new pieces, and I want to do books. I really like this one because it so goes with this. However, it has this white ledge around it. I guess I should have taken it off sooner. A bunch of these things are stickers. I wish I could share a link. I'm not really sure if I can, but I ordered them online, and they took a long time to come because they came from China, I think. These don't take that long to do. I did a whole bunch of them last night while I was watching TV. It's just like, oh, I can do this, because so much of the ephemera I've already got was stuff that I found in books, mostly books. I actually went hunting for ephemera books that are illustrated with great pictures, great art, great papers and stuff like that. These pages here came from a pad of scrapbooking paper, which I got at a dollar store. Because of where I live, it's not very close to a real craft store. So I kind of haunt the dollar stores, of which there are a few not that far from me. And they actually have surprisingly good selections sometimes. And they change quite regularly, so it's always worth going back and seeing what's new, if they've got stickers or papers or trim or, all kinds of stuff. And these ones are stickers, so I'll be able to take the backing off. And as far as, I'm not a glue book purist. I basically put together things that make me happy. And I recommend that as your goal. If it makes you happy, do it. And enjoy it. And, it is relaxing. There's no question about that. To just, let your mind wander. So if I have the choice between gluing something in or just taking a backing off a sticker, it makes no difference to me. If I like the image, the sticker's just fine. And these ones, I really like the images because, like I said, they're watercolor, which is one of my favorite things. As you may or may not know, I've been a watercolor artist for several decades, I guess you could say. When does a few become several? I'm not sure. I started when my youngest child went to play school. I like to think I'm living proof that you don't stop doing things, just there's a number around your age. You keep being who you are and doing what you love. So this is going to go right here because I do love it. I've done watercolor for years and years, and in the last couple of years, well, the last year mainly, I decided to take up acrylics. And I've got a few videos with acrylics. I'll probably do some more. There. I quite like that. Now then, let's see. I want to show you some of these little cutie things. Trimmed all the edges off these. Look at that. That's such cute artwork. Old radio. But keeping with the theme, there's one with books, telephone. Oh, a typewriter. I think I like that. Love these old suitcases. I have some old vintage suitcases. I keep my Christmas decorations in them. That one's nice. A washboard. I'm glad you don't have to do laundry that way. The clock is nice too. Well, that's another clock. I don't want to overdo it with any particular image. There's a globe and a little suitcase. Look at this. I'm going to go straight to that one because I love the image. I don't want to cover up too much. Let's put it down here. There we go. Oh, I've got to show you these too. They're so incredible. Look at this. I think they're probably plastic, but they feel like metal. And I was really taken with them. Now, as far as glue book goes, there's not much that's small enough. That one maybe. That one maybe. And this one, I like that. So this came as a set. I really didn't know what I was going to do with them. I just went, oh, those are so cool. I'm going to order them. So I did. This one, let me see. I'm not really even sure how I would stick it down. I don't think it has a sticky backing. Okay, that one I'm just going to kind of leave under advisement. Here's a cool little owl. Let's see what else we've got. This group is like all subjects. And that's a literary cat if I ever saw one. That would fit the booky theme. Isn't that cute? It doesn't really fit the theme, but I like it anyway. Here's one with papers. Suitcase, camera. That one's neat. Teddy bears will skip. I like this. All right, let's move that out of the way and stick a few down. So clearly, most of the stuff I ordered was stickers, which is okay. It's fine. I think I'll put that Volkswagen right there. This one, I think will look nice in the corner here. So this time it's actually kind of an unglue book, I guess, because it's not quite gluing. But I also got this sheet of stickers, and they're kind of washi, I guess, and a lot smaller. Yeah, they're all letters, like pieces of paper and things, like mushrooms. Very cute. But they're see-through, so they have to be somewhere like this where the background isn't too busy. So let's put the cat down here, looking up at what, I don't know. I'll have to call this the unglue book. I think I'll put this little Volkswagen there. It's actually not a Volkswagen, it's a De Chevaux. It's a little French car. Speaking of which, here's a little story for you. Years ago, when we lived in the south of France, the place we lived, with the job that we had to do, included a De Chevaux, but it was a little like a station wagon, so there's 2 seats and then open in the back like a little delivery van. And here we are with 2 kids, and it's called a camionnette. Well, camion is the French word for truck, but this was like a mini truck, so it was a camionnette. Anyway, it was summertime, and we puttered around Provence in this camionnette. I'm going to bring out some of these, the brown ones. With the kids in the back, we'd go to the beach because where we lived was not really far from the beach. It was like, I don't know, 45-minute drive from the Mediterranean. So we would throw the kids in the back. Well, we didn't throw them in. We threw pillows in and got the kids to climb in the back because it was basically just a tin box. Things look nice and not too colorful. And we take our swim gear and whatnot and head off to the beach at the Mediterranean. Now, where we were was in the kind of a western area. I think that one goes there. So it wasn't on the Côte d'Azur, it was on the Côte Bleue, which just means blue coast, as opposed to the Azure coast. And azure is like a dark turquoise, if you're wondering exactly what the word means. All right, I'm going to put this up here anyway, because it doesn't shout. It's very faint. And of course, we've talked about this before, how you have to get these off. You have to rub your thumb over the edge toward the front, towards the washy part, not this part. Otherwise, you can drive yourself nuts for a long time. This one I'm going to put down here. I really like how this is shaping up color-wise. It's very vintagey looking. All right. I might put something in there actually, like maybe that, or that, a little ticket, or perhaps one of these. I like that one. Okay, let's do glue here. Anyway, we had some good adventures in that little De Chevaux camionnette. We'd take a picnic for the day and head off to explore in the, well, all over Provence, really. We'd pick a town or an area and we'll go, let's go there. We'll stop for lunch on the side of the road or at a park. And France doesn't have a lot of city parks or town parks, but they do have benches here and there. And sometimes we just, make do wherever we were. It's like pull off on the side of the road. I think I prefer that one up there. Now these stickers are different from the washies in that you have to get them from the back. Take the back off first because the front paper is stiffer. Oh, I also got these, I forgot to mention. Little stickers, haven't even opened them yet. Let's see what they look like. These are all letters. Oh, there's a pack of letters, postcards. I like that one. I love the artwork. They're so nicely done. And this one has this edge too that I'm going to cut off. So then while we were living in the south of France at this estate, it was an 18th century estate, my cousin came to visit. And there were little guest houses, which were lovely, had been done up as guest houses by the owners. And so she came to visit, and then we would get in our little deux chevaux camionette and take turns being the one to have to ride in the back because it was not comfortable. So we've got some great photos of us in the back. Sometimes we let one of the kids, the girls, ride in the front because they, instead of always being relegated to the trunk basically. And we had so much fun. And our kids were 7 and 12 at the time, so great ages to travel. And we were about 2 kilometers from the nearest town. So sometimes, well, the girls and I, all the girls, my husband would stay at the estate and do whatever he was doing. And my cousin and I and the girls, or just the girls and I, would walk into town. I need something little here. Okay, I've got that there. I need something maybe like this. That's a fan. I think that's appropriate. So we would walk into town, into the village, and buy baguettes and something for supper, or a bottle of wine and some cheese, that sort of thing, and walk home. And our youngest was dragging her feet by the last kilometer. There, that's nice. Now, something in here would be appropriate. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's got words on it. And there was a swimming pool on the estates. Now keep in mind, this place was built in the 1700s. So they didn't have any concept of the shallow end. It was all just 6 feet deep or 7 feet deep, which is very tricky when you have children. So then we had to go buy floaties so that the kids didn't sink and drown, because they really couldn't swim very much. And we'd have hot days under the plane trees. Anyway, I'm getting sort of off in memory land, but you know what? It's really important to remember your memories. And the best way to do that is just to think about them and close your eyes, picture what you saw then and what happened and all those kind of things. I think that's really important. I feel like this is just sort of a big space here. I want to put something on it, and I like this mushroom. It's not quite as handy, because then you got to cut around it or whatever. Because the washi paper is a little bit, it's sort of translucent, it covers up the background, which sometimes you want, but other times you don't. Like this one, it hardly shows because of the color of the background. This one, if the background is dark, then it really shows. But in this case, I am going to just cut it right close to the little tag thing. There, that just adds a little bit of a something. So if you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you get the notifications. And click the like button, because that helps the algorithm send more people to my channel or something. And I'd love it if you'd leave a comment. Okay, I think we're done. I think I'm going to go sit down and read a book because I'm still not feeling very well. And I'll see you next time.